Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
Well, the second round of the KPMG Women's PGA Championship is in the books, and it was a difficult day for Nelly Korda. Here was her second on 15, Amanda.
Yeah, she just kind of got a bad break in the fact that it bounced so aggressively hard over the green. She was trying to make some magic happen and went the wrong way. She's on the wrong side of the out-of-bounds stakes, so she has to get in the dreaded golf cart ride back to where she had hit it before hitting it out of bounds. And that just kind of story of her round.
Yeah, she would ultimately shoot 81 and miss the cut. Now, Lexi Thompson had a bit better of a day. Here she is for birdie on 6.
Yeah, a really good bounce back. Beautiful birdie on that par 5.
And Lexi would shoot even par today to remain 2 shots back of the lead. Now, Amy Yang just moments ago, her approach shot on 18 to tie the lead.
We saw how difficult this golf course was playing when world number 1 shoots 81. She made it look so simple with a bogey-free round. Shoots at that pin on the 18th hole for birdie.
Yeah, clean card, some impressive stuff around here at Sahalee Country Club. So, difficult day for some of the big names. Nelly Korda, for the first time in her career, 3 missed cuts in a row. Lexi Thompson struggled on her back 9, but still just 2 back. Sarah Schmelzel and Amy Yang are tied at the top. Still anybody's game here, as we're just 2 days away from crowning a champion at the 70th edition of the KPMG Women's PGA Championship. And with that, we're so pleased to welcome you into our Golf Central set right here at Sahalee Country Club. Kira K. Dixon alongside my teammate, Amanda Blumenhurst. And we're going to hear from Rich Lerner and Brandel Chambly over at the Travelers Championship in just a little bit. But let's dive into how the action all came together today, especially for Nelly Korda, and what was quite a difficult day for Nelly. She came out and bogeyed the first, and then on the par 5 second had this short par putt.
And something we just do not see from Nelly Korda. 1 missed short putt, hopefully getting it out of her system, but then on the 4th hole from 3 feet 5 inches, another missed short putt.
And that bogey got her to 1 over. Now on the par 5 6, this 3-wood from the rough.
Yeah, really trying to make something magical. You have been trying to get momentum going and just hit a 3-wood, not solid, really thick rough. Would now have this long par putt save, or long-ish par putt save, which she would miss again.
Yeah, that bogey dropped her to 2 over. Now on the par 3 9th, again for par.
As she hit it over the green, chipped it to this point and hit it perfect line, just not enough pace for another missed shot.
Yeah, that seemed to be a bit of the story of her day. Drops to 3 over. Now on the par 5 11th. Another par putt.
Yes, from 7 feet 7 inches, and just did not break the way that she read it, and just misses on the left side.
Yeah, certainly some frustration there for Nelly Korda. Now on the par 4 14th, she's got this chip shot from the rough.
Now this is the part of her game that she's really good at. She has great feel around the greens. This was a big surprise for me that she left that so short. You can see it still in the shadows. Would have another par, try to save another par, which she doesn't. And then here on the 15th, takes a massive bounce on these very firm greens. The greens were drying out, so big bounces, releases so hard over the green, and was hoping that it might have crept inside those OB stakes, and it just was on the wrong side, so has to get in the golf cart, go back to where she had hit the second shot. And it just was a rough day for Nelly, whether it was putting, missed fairways, missed greens. And then on the 18th, she has to make this to make the cut. And it really looked good for a few seconds. Awesome effort. Would tap in for her only birdie of the day, but would miss the cut.
Yeah, it seems like she fought till the end and did shoot 81 today. And a bit of a disbelief there on her face. I'm sure it was a disbelief for Ronan Yin and Hannah Green, who played in her group as well. As you see that she started out with those 4 bogeys and the double on 15, and all of that would add up to 81, the highest score of her professional career as we take a look at what Nelly Korda has done this season in her first 8 starts versus her last 3 starts, Amanda.
I mean, it's just almost like an out-of-body experience, these last 3 events, and really even today it just seemed just so off of her game. She's second in tour in greens in regulation, hitting about 75% of her greens. Today and yesterday she only hit 47% of her greens, so that is a huge. We saw the missed putts, but a lot of it comes to ball striking as well, and now having missed 3 missed cuts, just really so surprising, so shocking when you saw how great she played the first part of her season with those 6 wins, with the 84 under par.
Yep. Those 3 missed cuts in a row is the first time in Nelly Korda's career that has ever happened for her as a professional. Now, Nelly Korda did not speak on camera after the round, but she did speak with Golf Week's Beth Ann Nichols. Beth Ann, what was that conversation like with Nelly after her round, and what did she say to you?
Well, it was just outside the scoring area, and she came over to the side, and I started to ask her a question, and then she had to walk away to compose herself. As you can imagine, she was really emotional. And then she came back over and she said, you know, this is just golf for me recently. You know, she said, I have no words for how I'm playing right now. I'm just going to go home and reset. And then she said, you know, a lot went my way at the beginning part of the year, and I'm just giving it back now. And, you know, it was heartbreaking to listen to her. It was just so raw in that moment, and just a shocking day in many ways, much more shocking than the U.S. Women's Open.
Did Nelly say anything specifically about what the form was like for her today, or perhaps what it was like with her caddy, Jason McDeed, as well, as they kind of have had to battle out there in what was most likely a really tough day for her in her entire career?
It was a really short interview. It was less than a minute with some time of silence as she went to compose herself. You know, I didn't want to push it too much. I actually give her a lot of props just for coming over and spending just a few seconds to give a few comments on what's arguably one of the toughest days of her career, if not the toughest.
All right, Beth Ann, well, we appreciate the time, of course, as always. And as you hear that, Amanda, what is your reaction?
Well, you feel for her. She has said, you know, she's seen in her career, she's seen in her brother and sister's careers, you know, the highs and lows, that there are those roller coasters and dips in careers, and then she's really feeling it right now, and probably one of the lowest lows. And when I was watching her round today, in particular when she was really trying to push it early on after 4 bogeys in her first 4 holes at par 5, when she took her 3-wood and tried to get it out of the rough, it looked like the wheels were spinning a little too fast. And I felt like, as a player, I always felt like it was quicksand, that when you tried so hard to battle out of quicksand, but the quicker you battle, the quicker you sink. And that was really what I was seeing with her. She was fighting so hard, and she was playing very fast. And we saw that when she had that 10 at the Women's U.S. Open, kind of trying to get the hole over with, trying to get it moving in a really quick direction, where that's when it can really fall apart very quickly. And, you know, like Beth Ann said, props to her for even talking to her at all. That takes a really big person, and I'm really interested to see how the rest of the season comes together for Nelly Korda. I mean, world number 1, she has a big part of her season left. We still have, you know, 2 more majors. We still have the Solheim Cup. We still have the Olympics. So, you know, there's a lot of time left for her to really turn the season around and kind of, you know, take some time with her family. We saw Grayson, her nephew, out there with Jessica, you know, maybe having some nice little baby snuggles, and, you know, just kind of step back and hit the reset button, because she still has a ton left.